Hey Mark, how are you?
Thank you.
Good. Obviously a big game ahead this week. I want to ask your reflections on your time at Everton. I know you took a bit of time out before you came to Fulham. Was there any particular reason for that? And now coming up to face against them?
Why the timeout?
Yeah.
No, not particular reason. As you know, was the time before the pandemic situation as well, and of course, was a moment that had a big impact in all our lives, not just in football, all our lives as well. Was a moment that everyone was the clubs, they were in doubt if they will play the season after or not, and of course, I decided to take more time with my family as well and to prepare well the next step. Just was the reason behind was that break a little bit longer than normal in some situations. About the time, okay, was a moment of my career. The first very good season and the season after, we didn't finish the season. This is the thing. Of course, as always, we gave our best in that football club and like we are doing now.
Does it make it a bit different coming up against a former team, or is it just the same as coming up against any other team?
The same. It's completely the same. Will be good to see some people that we shared very good moments, other not so good. It's part of our life, our career as well, but good to see some good people, some good professionals as well. Before the match, after the match, during the match, we want to win, they want the same, and I think it will be a normal game.
On the topic of winning, Fulham have had a great start to the season so far, pretty much seen as like the dark horse of the Premier League. Do you feel like that's a bit an advantage to you, like being seen as a team that's like more or less outperforming themselves this season?
No, I know very well the competition, of course. I have all these years behind me as well that gave us, myself and my staff, the knowledge to try to improve every single time our football players. We created a platform last season that was important in this football club as well. Some additions within the possibilities of the club and the circumstances as well that we try to do our best. We knew that was important to try to keep that momentum from the last season because that I think we did a good pre-season. We prepared well ourselves. And after started week in, week out, all the challenge that we have been playing so far, and some very good moments, other moments to improve it, to learn from that situations as well, and we are here to embrace the challenge clear. Of course, we are pleased the way we started so far. We cannot hide that situation. Of course, we are. As a manager, I'm really pleased the way our players they are understanding more and more the process and our philosophy as well. The new players they need time to adapt, and they are getting there as well. And this is a good thing. Of course, the results are the main thing in football, but not just that. I think not just matter of results. It's a matter of performance as well. The way we are playing in some games, they are the way you are reacting in the other moments. They are the way you are being a really offensive team with a clear idea of football as well, and we are challenging our opponents as well. And you know, it's Premier League. Every single week you have a tough challenge ahead of us, and the tomorrow's match will be another one against a very good team.
Do you think that the packed calendar for this half of the season, just before Christmas, is impacting your team? Like, do you think the momentum is quite good for you, or is it a bit difficult trying to have a lot of games back to back?
That's Premier League. As Premier League, we here, and this is the way I prepare my players always, and they know we look just for the next one. Of course, we have a plan. We look for ahead as well, but the most important one is always the next one. Is the way we prepare ourselves and our players and this football club for the competition that you are playing. That is the main thing for us. We know now that you have 3 games until the World Cup. But you cannot think in Man City or Man United if you don't put all the focus in Everton. That's the main thing. You are not thinking the next 2 because the main one for us is the next one will be Everton. Tom.
Do you feel like you're obviously I know Everton made quite a few changes, but having been at the club previously is going to help at least your analysis or looking into this game coming up tomorrow?
No, really, I don't think so. I don't think so. Of course, some players they're still there, of course, and they still having a big impact in that football club. And that is the thing. Individual aspects, of course, I know well them. Like they know myself as well, and they know the situation. But of course, what we did with Everton, we are doing with all the other teams as well. We analyze them, we prepare our players for the match. Always with all focus on ourselves first of all, and of course respecting the quality they have, because it's clear the quality they showed in even the last game they have in their squad. But the focus was on ourselves, and the way you analyze was the same than the previous games.
Lovely. You mentioned obviously a number of signings that you brought in over the summer. One of those signings is Willian. How impressed have you been with him so far? And obviously he opened up, he scored in the last couple of games, so it's been a great run for him so far.
Yes, top player, top class player, if I can say, and humble guy, really. Enjoying the challenge here, enjoying every single day in this football club. And at his age, he's always coming to the training session with a smile on his face to learn, to improve something. And of course, we know that if he's in his best physical conditions, he's a great addition for us. He will be always a really important player for us. And he's a player that can have always a big impact in each match that he can play. That is the thing. Of course, he adapts well for my philosophy, what I demand from them in that position as well. And of course, I think week by week, much more is coming from him.
Lovely, thank you. Best of luck.
Thank you.
Thanks for your
Hi.
Hi, Marco. Afternoon. Could we get team news, please?
Not big difference from the last one. Just one good news, if I can say, Cairney Teti will be ready to be involved in the squad list.
Oh, so he'll be available for selection.
Yeah.
So you were reflecting on your good start to the season as 22 goals for Fulham, level on the same number of goals as Liverpool, with only Man City, Arsenal and Tottenham scoring more. Did you expect that going into this campaign?
This is a fantastic number. I have to be realistic and honest with you. Of course, reflects our philosophy, reflects the way we prepare our team to play, reflects the way we embrace all the challenge as well. But this is a great number for ourselves. Of course, we have to keep going. I cannot say that it's just the beginning, but it's too soon to take some conclusions about situation. But clear, in my opinion, reflects the way we want to play, the philosophy that we play as well, and what we are creating in this football club from the last season, because it's not something just from this season. Last season we scored more than 100 goals during one season. I know that the competition was different, but it's an amazing, outstanding number. And of course, now we are keeping the same philosophy. That is the main thing for me. Of course, completely different opponents, much more quality, much more difficult to score goals. And for us to be with this number of goals right now is a great achievement for us. Of course, we want to be as more balanced as you can as a team. We don't want to concede so many. And of course, it's up to us to create the right balance and to be as more solid as you can as a team, because the way we play, normally we score goals.
Key to the number of goals is Mitrovic, of course. He's on 9 with only Haaland and Kane scoring more. What do you think is down to that? You've spoken about the philosophy there, but why is it this time around he's having such a success so early on in the campaign?
He's just doing what we did last season. The same things, we are preparing him in the same way. We are preparing the players around him in the same way. And I'm here to take the best from them, individually, of course, and after collectively we have to be as strong as you can and to play with the strengths the players they have working with me. That is the main thing at this moment. Of course, the numbers of Mitro, they are unbelievable, they are outstanding. Since I arrived in this football club, in 57 games he scored 52 goals. It's an unbelievable number for a striker. And what I want is to keep enjoying the moments with him, to keep giving the conditions for him to improve. And as a football club, if you can provide for him as a team, I'm sure that he will keep scoring.
I know opposition managers don't normally like talking about opposition players, but I do want to ask you about Alex Iwobi because, of course, he went to Everton on that deadline day when you were the manager there. He's had a great start to the season, 5 assists in his last 8 Premier League games. What kind of threat do you think he'll pose along with the other attacking options at Everton tomorrow?
Of course, I don't like, and I prefer to talk about them collectively because they have the enough quality, not just in one player. But of course, I agree with you. Alex is doing really well, and in my opinion, just showing his quality and the quality that he has. Can play out wide, can play inside like he's playing now. Quality, the dynamic that he has as well is clear that for me is a key player in Everton's team that is helping them a lot, not just on the ball clear, making some moments of difference, but off the ball as well. But he cannot just look for one because they have other players around him that they are giving the support for him to play with a bit more freedom as well. And of course, in the attack line, they have the players, the enough quality for him to create the chances. Them as a team, they are strong enough for us to talk just about one player. But I agree with you. Start of the season is being really good.
And then just in terms of the game, what kind of game are you expecting? Because Everton, maybe they've seemed to turn a corner. They didn't have the best of starts, have lost a few recently, but in terms of the challenge you're expecting tomorrow?
It's another one, this next one, really tough. Premier League, all the games, they are really tough. You cannot expect nothing more than just a really tough game for us. They reacted really well last game after the three defeats in a row. Of course, the reaction from them at home was really good. Came here in a good mood, if I can say, but they know as well that they will play against a team that we are in a very good moment as well. Each game at home, we enjoy really to play at home with our fans behind, and is always something that you feel really well, and you have to be as more competent we can to beat them, to take the 3 points, knowing that will be a tough game. I think it will be a good game. Both teams, they want to win the match, and I think we can enjoy a good game.
Thank you. Best of luck.
Thanks, Anita. Emma.
Marco, you've spoken about this season playing in the same way that you played last season in the Championship. Has it surprised you you've been able to do that, and why haven't you been more cautious as a team?
Not surprise me, because if it will be a surprise me, I can change the way I want to play, and if I didn't change, it's because I believe that is the best way for us to keep competing and keep embracing the challenge, the great challenge that we have ahead of us, because it's in my hands to change something if I want to. But of course, I know what is the way to take the best from the players we have. I know what we can keep creating and building in this football club with the players and with all the staff around as well. And this is the main thing for us. Of course, in some moments we have to change some details in our strategy. We'll do it, but as a main idea, main philosophy, we will not do it for sure.
7th in the league, you could potentially be higher than that, depending on certain decisions in certain matches. Are you overachieving?
Firstly, the position on the table is not the most important thing for us right now. Of course, after each match, we will look for that. And if you are in a good position, of course, you are proud of, and we are pleased for that. But it's not the main thing right now. We know that will be 3 points again tomorrow there, and you want to fight for it. As maximum we can, we'll fight for it with the fans behind. They will play a key part again tomorrow. And we all together, you can be stronger is the main thing.
What did you learn from your time at Everton, and how different do you think you are as a manager now? I've been learning for all the times as a football manager. Is the demanding that I put behind myself and my staff, all the single moments, every single day we have to learn something, we have to try to improve something, and it's not just my time at Everton, it was my time worked for all and before Olympiacos and all that situations that has to make me better, and my time here in Fulham is the same thing as well. I want to be better today than I was yesterday, and in the following days. This is the main thing for me. And not just that period that I have to analyze. I do the same in all the periods during my career. The owner has been here this week, has been speaking to you and the players. I'm assuming he'll be at the game
tomorrow, will he?
Yeah, probably.
I'm assuming he's a happy owner at the moment. Can you give us any insight into?
I suppose
the
yes.
conversation you were
I
having?
suppose yes. No, we had a normal conversation. You know, it's not just because the results, the conversation are slightly different or not. Of course, all of us we are pleased the way you started the season, the way you play most of the games, the way we have been really competitive, and was one of the things that I promised our fans as well, that we'll try to do our best to be as more competitive as you can in the Premier League, and this is what we have been doing. And normally what I speak and my conversation with the owner don't change really too much if you are in a good moment or not. We know football, you know that the things they change really quick, and it's not because one good result or one bad result the things will change in our normal daily basis.
Finally from me, I sort of said to the fans, I was letting people know that I was coming to the press conference today, and an awful lot of them wanted to know about Kenny Tete and whether he'd be back from his injury. It's good news that he's fit for you again.
Yes, we'll be involved in the squad list, and after I have to take the decision if he'll start or not, but we'll be involved in the squad list. Of course, the good news for us.
An important player for you.
Because that he started the season playing and starting a good level, of course. Unfortunately for him, this one is the third season. The last 2 seasons he had always some breaks during the season with some injuries as well. It's something that we are doing our best to try to avoid as more as we can, because it's not good for a player to have all this type of injuries. And with Ken, he's happened too often, if I can say, because the best thing we can do is to keep them always in the best physical conditions we can, because they are an important player for us.